grew up with an abusive, alcoholic father that was pretty abusive to my mother and my two older brothers and myself. My father actually pretty much abandoned our family. And my mother had met somebody else and got remarried to my stepfather, who eventually ended up sexually abusing me. Early on, I struggled with a lot of things, with abandonment. When I was 15, I happened to find my best friend that committed suicide, and I had found him. Of course, that really wreaked a lot of havoc on my life. I turned to drinking and using drugs to try and deal with everything that had gone on, because nothing had ever gotten dealt with. So by age 15, I had been in the hospital for depression, suicide, and alcohol and drug abuse. I had a severe temper when I was, early teen, and to deal with that, I had come to a point that I actually struck my mother, and that struck me really hard, that I had turned into that person that now had struck my mom. I kept trying to fill my life with all these other things that were to make me feel better, that were supposed to make me feel better. Having, all the attention from being a musician and playing in bands to, the escape through drugs. I finally decided and realized that emptiness in my life that I was trying to fill could only be filled by one person. I had finally come to a point in my life where I realized that I couldn't do things my way anymore, because my way obviously wasn't working. And at that moment, I remember from my feet all the way up to my head, I felt this fire come over me, where I started crying, and I looked at him and I said, I can't do it my way anymore. My way is not working. And I said I needed to turn my life around. The opportunity arose here at Alliance for me to be able to play on the worship team, and I got the offer, and I struggled with it because it was like, man, I've had a pretty rough life and I've done a lot of bad things, and am I worthy enough to be on that stage and it finally clicked, that yeah, I am, absolutely. Through God's grace, it finally clicked that I was able to go, yes, I am. And it was, man, being up there on Sundays is just a tremendous honor to be able to do that. If I've gone through everything I have in my life, all the valleys, all the heartache and suffering, so that I could share my story, and even if it reaches just one person, then I thank God for every moment.